Welcome back, my Neilville foodies. You are in for a treat, honey. I'm finna tap into your sweet tooth and give you something that you're gonna be wanting and desiring until you get it. Do you hear me? Today we're going to be doing a no-bake cheesecake, and I'm gonna give a shout out to Elizabeth Winters because she suggested this, and I thought it was a good idea, something different for my channel. Also, before we get into these ingredients, go ahead and hit that subscribe button, hit that notification button, tell your friends we cooking it up in Neilville. So for my ingredients, I have my honey graham crackers, I have my 4 boxes of cream cheese, I have my sweetened condensed milk, butter, lemon, my vanilla extract. I have pecans. Yes, pecans, because we're going to crush those pecans up with those honey graham crackers, baby, and give it a new texture, new taste. We also going to toast it up before we do it. Yes, this is going to be a really good cheesecake. We got sour cream, we got our whipped cream, we got our glaze and our strawberries, and yes, we have our sugars. For this recipe, we need all 3 sugars: powdered sugar, brown sugar, and regular sugar. So if you have a sweet tooth, honey, this would be the recipe for you. I hope you enjoy. Stay tuned. We'll be right back. All right, you guys. So the first thing that we want to do is toast up some pecans. This is 1 cup of pecans that we're going to add to our crust. This is optional. If you have a peanut allergy, of course, you wouldn't add pecans to it. But this is just to give the crust another depth of flavor. So we're just going to toast this up. We have it on a medium-high heat. And we're just going to let it heat up for about 5 minutes. And then we'll add it to the recipe. All right, you guys. So for your crust, you're going to need 3 packages of the graham crackers, which is basically a whole box, 27 sleeves. You're going to need a 1/2 cup of brown sugar, 1 stick of melted butter, and we have our toasted pecans. And what I'm going to do is, you can put these graham crackers in a Ziploc bag and actually use a rolling pin to break them up if you would like. But I'm just going to put them in my blender, because for me, it makes it much easier for them to get the small consistency that I want. And you may not can do all the sleeves in one bag, so may have to do it in batches, but that's okay. So let's go ahead and start blending this up so we can get our other bag in. All right, you guys, so we have our crushed pecans in here. We have and if you see some big lump pieces, you could just go in with your hand and crush them. Now we getting ready to add our brown sugar. This is a 1/2 cup of brown sugar that we want to add and mix in. And now we want to add our stick of butter that we melted. Just kind of get that tossed around in there. Okay, guys, because of the consistency, I want it to be able to stick to the pan that I'm putting it in. And so I'm just going to add a stick of butter, another 1/2 stick, so it'll be 1 1/2 sticks of butter. And I think this is going to do it as far as the consistency. Oh yeah, that's much better. All right, so guys, now what we want to do is put our crust in our pan. This is a 10-inch spring pan, but you can use a 9-inch, or I wouldn't go smaller or bigger. I would say use the 9 or 10-inch, but today we're going to be using the 10-inch. And so what we want to do We're just packing down our crust. And to make it much easier, I would suggest using a cup. All right, guys, so now that we have our crust set inside our pan, what we want to do is just set it in the refrigerator and let it start setting while we make up our filling. So we'll be right back. All right, you guys, so now we are ready to prepare our filling for our no-bake cheesecake. What I have in the bowl right now is 4 blocks of the cream cheese, and I'm going to add 1/3 cup of sugar and 3 tablespoons of powdered sugar. And we're going to get this mixed up and creamed real good, and we'll be right back for our next step. All right, you guys, so we creamed our sugar and our cream cheese together. Now we're just adding 1/4 cup of condensed milk, sweetened condensed milk. And we're going to get that mixed in. Okay, guys, so now what we are getting ready to add is 1/2 of a lemon, the juice of 1/2 of a lemon. We want to add 1 tablespoon of vanilla extract. 1/3 cup of sour cream. Yes, sour cream. All right, guys, we're going to get this mixed and get ready for our next step, the final step. So our last and final step for our no-bake cheesecake is we want to fold in about 1/2 cup of whipping cream. And this is going to kind of help bring a lightness to our cheesecake. Okay, you guys, so we're back, and what we're getting ready to do is go ahead and fill up our pie shell with our cream. Now we're just going to smooth out our cream. Now, the most difficult part about this no-bake cheesecake, you have to let it set in the refrigerator for 12 hours because everything has to set. Okay, guys, so as you can see, we are getting ready to prepare our topping for our no-bake cheesecake that we have in the refrigerator that has now been in there for 9 hours. So we still have another 3 hours, which means we're probably not going to get to that until tomorrow, but that's okay. It's going to be good, set, and ready. We've already washed our strawberries, and so we're just going to cut the tops off of them really quick, and then cut them up and put our glaze on. And I'm still deciding if I want to keep some of these whole to decorate the top of the cheesecake. Don't know yet. Might not make it to the top of the cheesecake. I might just eat them. But that's okay. That's my business. This is my kitchen. Only God can judge me. All right? All right. Now that we got that settled, we're going to finish getting these strawberries cut up, and we'll be right back. All right, you guys. We got our strawberries cut up. I cut some and I ate some. But it's my kitchen. Like I told you before, I do what I want. It's your kitchen. Do what you want. So now we have our glaze. And I think you pronounce this Marzetti. Yeah. Close enough. Marzetti glaze. And I did buy 2 containers. I think that was 2 pounds of strawberries. I think 1.5 pounds ended up getting here. But that's okay. Because the more glaze we add, the more it's going to be anyway, honey. Don't trip. It's cool. Honey, this no-bake cheesecake going to be fire. Yes, indeed. And so let's see what we get with this. Will this be enough for our 10-inch? I think I'm going to add the other one. We're adding both glazes. Mix it around. Yeah, that's it right there. That's it. All right, so now what we're going to do, we're going to stick this in the fridge and wait for our cheesecake to finish setting. After that, we'll be back to put on our topping and see what it tastes like. So stay tuned. Okay, you guys, so we are back with our no-bake cheesecake. It has been in the fridge for 24 hours to set. So now we're going to remove it from our spring pan. I'm just gonna lift it. Voila, you guys. And there you have it. Now we just want to cut it and test it and see how well it's set up. All right, guys, so I had to redo the video because some of my footage got missing. So we went from me showing you how it cut, and if you notice that a piece did come out, and we added our strawberry topping. So now I'm just going to cut it again because I want you all to see how well it's set up. I want to give you an up close and personal. Yes, honey. It's set up really well. I'm going to cut another piece. And this is for my friend, Miss Elizabeth, who suggested that I do a cheesecake. So this is for her. We're going to set that back up here, y'all. I'm really making a mess over here, but this is a good mess. And this is basically it, you guys. We topped it with our strawberries. As you can see, it cuts really well. It's set up really well. I had it in the fridge for 24 hours. If you like this video, go ahead and give it a thumbs up. Subscribe. Tell your friends, your cousins, your aunties, and all of them that we doing it up in Neilville. Thank you all for tuning in. Be blessed, and remember that you are more than a conqueror through Jesus Christ.